Okay, what if I told you that the yearly nightmare of tax season, that thing we all dread, is about to just disappear? And not because the laws are getting any simpler, let's be real, but because a new kind of brain is finally going to read the rule book for us. Today, we're diving into how AI is getting ready to solve the tax problem once and for all. So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll dig into the problem. Why are taxes still such a pain? Then we'll meet the hero of our story, AI, which acts as a brand new interpreter. We'll see what this means for you, for businesses, and yeah, even for the government. And finally, we'll take a look at a future where filing your taxes isn't just easier, it's pretty much flawless. All right, let's start with a feeling we all know way too well. That frantic search for documents, the super confusing forums, and that little voice in the back of your head going, did I miss something? Am I going to get audited? Why is this thing we do every single year still so difficult? Well, the thing is, it's not just that the tax code is long, it's a total labyrinth. I'm talking a dense, tangled web of rules, exceptions to the rules, and exceptions to the exceptions, and it's all changing constantly. You can't just read it like a book. It's more like a living, breathing system that's practically impossible for one person to ever fully understand. For years, we've tried to tackle this mess with rigid software. You can think of it like a very detailed but super fragile instruction manual. Every time a new law passes, programmers have to go in and manually rewrite the code. It's slow, it's expensive, and it's easy to make mistakes. But AI, it's a whole different ballgame. It doesn't just follow a script. It actually reads and understands the law itself, adapting on the fly. It's a completely new way of doing things. So if AI isn't just a souped-up version of the old software, what exactly is it? Well, that brings us to our second big idea, AI as a new interpreter. And this is key. It's not about doing math faster. We're talking about a whole new kind of intelligence getting to work. And this, right here, is the core problem with the tools we use now. I mean, software like TurboTax was a huge step, for sure. It turned all those paper forms into digital checklists. But it never fixed the real problem, which is interpretation. It still leaves it up to you to figure out if some super complex rule actually applies to your life. So what's this new power? We're calling it AI tax interpretation. Just imagine having a team of the world's best tax experts who've literally memorized every single law, regulation, and recent update. And they can apply all of that knowledge to your finances in a split second. That's what AI is bringing to the table. It doesn't just follow instructions, it reasons its way through the law. And this incredible new ability to interpret the law leads to something amazing for you and me. It means we are heading into an era of what you could call zero-touch filing. The system just works for you all year long instead of you having to scramble in April. Now, this is so much more than just autofill. It's a proactive system. The AI links up to your financial data and just works quietly in the background all year long, spotting deductions and credits the moment they happen. Your tax return is basically being built in real time accurately as you live your life. Let's make this real. Say you pay for your kids' after-school program. The AI sees that transaction, but it doesn't just label it childcare. It actively checks that daycare against the official IRS criteria for the Child Independent Care Credit. Then, it confirms you're eligible and automatically flags it for your return. No more digging through emails for receipts or wondering, hey, does this count? The system just knows. But this isn't just about us regular taxpayers. For small businesses and the CPAs who help them, this is about to completely change the game. We're talking about a shift away from tedious paperwork and into high-level strategic thinking. If you're a small business owner, this is a lifesaver. Imagine a system that's like a financial co-pilot, providing what we call continuous compliance. It's tracking your sales tax across different states, it's managing your payroll filings every single day, but it's also your strategist. It might see you bought a new espresso machine for your cafe and instantly tell you, hey, you can use a Section 179 deduction to write that off this year. It's like having a world-class CFO on staff 24/7. And this completely redefines what it means to be a tax expert. Before AI, a CPA might spend, 80% of their time just buried in data entry and checking for mistakes. With AI handling all that grunt work, they can flip that number. Now they can spend 80% of their time on what really matters, giving strategic advice to help their clients grow. They go from being a preparer to a genuine strategic partner. So the ripple effects of this don't just stop with individuals and businesses. They go all the way to the top, to how tax laws get made in the first place. This is where AI goes from just playing by the rules to helping design better ones. You know how when lawmakers pass a new tax rule, it often creates weird loopholes or has unforeseen side effects? Well, AI gives governments a superpower. They can simulate the impact of a new law on millions of different financial situations before it's ever passed. They can test it for fairness, for effectiveness, for potential ways it could be exploited. Basically, they can debug the law before it even goes live. So, for example, say the government wants to create a new tax credit for families. They can run a simulation and see that, yep, it helps 95% of the people they want it to help. Great. But the AI might also flag a critical flaw, a loophole that lets 5% of the money go to people it was never meant for. By catching that ahead of time, they can write better, fairer, and more effective laws from day one. So where is all this headed? It's leading to a future where getting your taxes right is so seamless, so accurate, and so built into our financial lives that the annual burden we all know and hate just fades away. And what really makes this future possible is that the tax code, as ridiculously complex as it is still a system based on rules. And that makes it the absolute perfect job for an AI. An AI can check, validate, and apply 100% of those rules 100% of the time. That's a level of accuracy no person or old-school program could ever dream of. I think this quote really nails the whole idea perfectly. AI doesn't rewrite the rules, it simply applies them flawlessly. This isn't about changing what the laws are. It's about finally having the technology to understand and execute those laws perfectly for every single person, every single time. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. For as long as any of us can remember, taxes have been one of life's biggest headaches. But as we've seen, that's all about to change. So what would it mean for you, for our economy, for all of us, if that huge annual burden just vanished? What could we all do with that time, that energy, and that peace of mind?